right, good morning. It's a Wednesday, and that means it's another podcast. How are you doing today, JC?
I'm doing good, dude. Look good, feel good, boys. That's my motto.
Feel good, looking dirty. That's his motto.
What are you talking about,
your
boy?
shirt, bro. Look at your shirt. You wore it yesterday or something, clearly.
What are you talking about, dude? It's a faded vintage shirt.
With
It's
a bacon neck.
The look of the shirt.
With a bacon neck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can't talk shit because the last episode I had something like on my mouth for at least like half the episode or something, just dangling. But I would like to take this moment to look at Joel and say, what the fuck, man? Episode 1, it's your first time on the team. Episode 1, and there was something on my face. Do a quick face check. Quick face check for you. Anything?
Honestly, I might have told Joel not to say anything about your little schmutzki you had last time.
I don't fucking believe that for a second. Joel, you wouldn't do that to me.
Joel,
play us a song so I can rap an intro, man. Play us a song. I want something different than usual. Give me something different. Oh, a little fucking 2005 Kanye West.
Oh, this sounds
Just like those old Kanye beats.
Yeah, something a little different.
Slow.
Sitting on the couch, just chilling, dude. And we wanna know how you feeling, crew. Oh, another day, another broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to give a listen to this podcast. Hey, we can't do it on our own. Without you listening, man, we be all alone. So as we present to you episode 5, I want you to like, subscribe, and join the tribe. We going up.
Ooh,
Hey.
that was a good one you had, dude.
Yeah. You know we are.
like that.
We going up.
All the way up. Well, as high as the audience will take us. We going up, man, as high as you can take us. Another 10K subs, and man, you can see us naked. Onlyfans.com, comically conscious. It's $5.99 a month. You should get on this. It's the real deal. Make you feel, have a meal, getting drilled. Everybody knows what's real. Mike D killing it. Yo, I'm feeling it, man. I'll be spilling it. Water on the couch, you know I'm the realest kid. Fucking go, dude.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
dude. That second verse was fucking.
It's crazy because I was basically possessed. It was I'm like, oh, this is like a calmer beat. We'll just do like a calmer song, obviously.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, dude, that shit got in me. I got that demon in me.
Fire, dude. Honestly, the beat had me feeling a little bit sexual. Like
Really?
a little bit fucking sexual.
I think I
dude.
saw that out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah,
I just have to say, if you're gonna do moves like that, you got to prepare me. Because I'm focused in here and I'm trying to write a rap. And
you're
to
fucking
be
bricked
honest,
up. You get bricked up in the middle of the fucking show and we're fucked. Like, we got to start over,
I mean,
dude.
to be completely
Gray
honest,
pants?
I don't rap. I know this is probably really hard for the audience to hear because I've just been spitting continuous fire episode after episode after episode, but I don't rap. So that takes a lot. So I'm like in my head, I'm thinking real hard. And then I got you over here like grinding on the couch.
Dude, the beat had me so wet, dude. We're for sure going to have to clean this couch after we're done. I squirted everywhere.
Oh, man. That's unbelievable. Wow.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, and sometimes you can't control your squirt. That's what they say.
Dude, worlds collide. My world, sports fan, ultimate sports fan.
Are you trying to say I'm not a sports fan?
You don't know.
Bro, episode something, I had a fucking night shirt on.
I'll put it this way, bro. We were watching fucking the Super Bowl the other day, and he goes, is that guy going to get it in the basketball ring? I'm like, the fucking basketball ring? They're on a field, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's not that bad, but I thought you were going to tell the truth, which is I was at your house watching the Super Bowl and had no fucking idea who was playing.
Yeah.
And that is actually true.
That is true.
That is true. So what's going on? Sports world and what
Worlds
world?
collide. Well, you're like kind of conscious. You do your, you have that kind of part of you.
Yeah.
Spirituality, I would say, is like a big kind of part of what you care about.
100%. The person I am. I mean, people would be surprised to know, like, I'm really obnoxious on here, but in my head, I'm a little more calm sometimes.
For sure. Dude, so fucking Aaron Rodgers.
I actually know
you know who Aaron
is.
Rodgers is, right?
Let's go.
You know the spirituality part, so I'm
Let's
sure you
go.
kind of like dipped your toe in Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Yeah.
Mutual friends.
Yeah, okay. So he, as a sports fan, he's my fucking mortal enemy, right? I'm a Lions fan.
Ooh.
And so you understand, he plays for the Packers, so they play each other twice every year my whole life.
Wow.
So every year he just shits on the fucking
I was going to say,
Lions.
so like he's been beating the Lions twice
It's
a
like
year,
if you're a
every
Knicks
year.
fan and Michael Jordan for you is like you hate fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
he just shit on your team.
Yeah. Makes sense.
He's kind of older, getting on the kind of the backside of his career, debating whether or not to keep playing or not. He is going to go into a darkness retreat, which is where our worlds collide.
Yeah, they do. He's already done it, or he's gonna do it?
I think as of this recording, he's out. But he basically said like, hey, I'm going to go decide what I'm going to do with my career by this 3-day darkness retreat.
3 days?
Yeah. And so if you can imagine.
Bitch made. I'm just saying, bro, bitch made.
Really?
No. What I was going to say is it's funny because the mutual friends that I was talking about, like we're only 1 degree separated. That's why I know his name.
Right.
The mutual friends that I have also have done the darkness thing, so I'm sure he found out about it through them, through said friends.
For sure.
And so it's awesome. But since my friends did it, I've been wanting to do it. But I'm like trying to do like a week or something. So when I hear 3 days, bro, I think
you're like limp dick.
No, I'm just kidding. Most people, when I first heard about it, was 3 years ago. Me and Taylor heard about it at the same time. She went, dude, simultaneously. She went, oh my God, that's like the most terrifying thing. And I was sitting there like. And I look at her and I go, I have to do that. Like, I have to do that. Truth be told, I've been looking into silent meditation retreats and darkness retreats for the last year.
Okay.
I was actually, while we were in Mexico, I actually made myself a promise that before I went home, I would have one booked.
Did you break the promise?
I fucking lied, and now my confidence is down this much, my self-confidence. But yeah, I lied to myself. I don't feel good about it, but I'm being honest about it now. Well,
you're gross.
yeah, I think I am now. But yeah, so it scares the shit out of people. How do you feel about it? To me, I just literally go, it's almost anything that terrifies me, I have to do. So if I go, whoa, what would that be like? And then I go, oh shit, oh no, what would and then I go, oh fuck, I gotta do that.
Gotta do it, bro.
I gotta do that. So those of you don't know, before you answer how you feel about it, I would like to preface it. A darkness retreat is something that usually people do for any amount of days. The most popular I've heard is about a week. And what you do is you go to a facility. There's certain facilities around the world that will do this. You go there, you step into a room that has virtually nothing. Think like bed, chair, bathroom, shower. Okay,
not nothing. When you said nothing, I thought
you're like floor.
Dirt.
No. I mean, there's not. There doesn't have to be a lot in there because the kicker is it's fucking dark. But it's not just dark. It is pitch black. Like
can't see your hand in front of your face.
No. 000 light. There's not a window with light. There's not lights, but in front of the door, there is no lights.
So like a lot of them are like underground, I would imagine. Like you go
or they're
underground?
just made really. There are like cave ones. That's like super gnarly. They do like cave ones, but then there's also just like people will facilitate. So just imagine even like at my house, if I just made a super dark room where I could put someone in, they could trust me for a week. You pay them, and then what they do is there's basically a double door situation, and right between so they'll walk in one door, they'll put your food there, they'll close the door, and then they'll ring a bell, and that means your food's there. From what I hear is you lose track of time almost immediately because there's no like night or day, no like sleep or awake. So you have nothing to keep track of time.
Circadian rhythm doesn't exist.
No, you're just there, right? You also, it's fucking crazy to think, right?
Scared just like,
so what I've heard is like the ding for the bell always like is like reassuring. Oh, is it breakfast time? Is it lunchtime? You're trying to figure it out. I've also had some friends say that they purposely ask the people hosting
not to ring the bell,
not to do it the same time every day, so they don't have the awareness of like what time it is. Wow. So now that you know what it is, and then I mean, just think about it like
that's crazy.
Think about, I think, spiritual, not spiritual, like self-growth, not self-growth, if whatever you're into. I think everyone can understand the idea that if you took away light and human interaction and everything for a solid week, the moment you see outside, you see a tree, you see a butterfly, you see a bird, you see anything.
Gratitude levels and like.
Could you imagine? So yeah, my friends that are all like freaking gratitude junkies and stuff, like they're searching for this kind of shit. So it makes sense he's doing it. How do you feel about it? Is that something you would do?
Yeah, you know what? I actually feel like I would. I love the idea of, like you said, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Like for me, anytime in life, I make it like a trigger for my mind. Is like if I'm scared about something, that's my trigger to do it right then and right now. Like even if it's like jumping off like a high cliff, like when we were in Mexico a couple of times, like scared a little bit, or anytime that happens where you have the kind of like that pit in your stomach, that's a trigger for me. Like that's what I have to do right now.
Dude, it's one of the best traits for anyone successful.
And like
if you
anyone
get
who's
scared
done it,
and
bro,
you dive in,
it always works, bro.
and then you're past it, and then you did it.
Because even if keeping going with that metaphor, even if you dive in and theoretically get hurt, hit your head, hit your elbow on the bottom of the thing, oh fuck, you were the first one to dive off the thing. And you're like, dude, the experience and that you get from that, and like the mental growth you get, there's no higher value in anything. Like anyone who ever is of that mindset of like uncomfortable than just dive in will tell you like that's what's gotten them anything of value in life.
Dude, this
is that
podcast,
fucking mindset, bro.
This podcast alone, we're using that mindset.
Yes.
Like we're on the
Exactly,
line.
dude.
We're like joking on this line of like what's publicly right and what's okay to say. And it's like, we're just going like, dude, it scares us to hear people, oh my God, what will they think? But then we're like, fuck that. We have to do it. So, I mean, this podcast is a representation
Literally.
of that being us. So what do people in the sports world say about this? Because I would imagine
Bro.
they have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
like,
if you
what
can
this
imagine
is.
like average sports fan, I wouldn't put myself in the category of like average sports fan as far as like my opinions, my beliefs, kind of like where I stand as far as anything like that. So average sports fan, and more importantly, like average sports owner or someone who matters in the NFL world, they're fat old white guy.
Yeah. That have know nothing
Like-
about like money. All they know about is like money and greed and
That's
like
right.
having their board seat or whatever.
Dude, and like, because Rodgers did that thing with ayahuasca a little while back, right?
Yep.
And that's what kind of triggered him to be like this. Even if you go on like the ESPN page and they post about Rodgers,
Oh, is
the
he like
comments,
this
bro,
like woo woo
Yeah,
dude?
the
Everyone thinks he's like, oh,
bro, the comments are like people,
even though he's like one of the
it's-
greatest of all time, right? Objectively,
Objectively, yeah,
right?
like-
whether you like him or hate him, I
Fucking hate
believe
him.
he's someone. I believe he's someone
yeah.
that like is objectively like one of the.
And my
greatest,
opinion
right?
of Aaron Rodgers is like, because anyone who knows me knows I'm a Lions fan, period. So like they kind of try to get on like the hate train with me, like, dude, fucking Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like, honestly, like for me, ESPN portrays him in the narrative that any cable news, like I just think of it as like cable news portraying their narrative on whatever the political thing is. Like that's
COVID,
what Aaron,
politics,
that's what fucking
all
Aaron
that
Rodgers
thing
is. He's like, he's just a fucking dude. Like no one knows him. And like I can separate the fact that he does a fucking darkness retreat to figure out what he wants to do with his life. That seems relatively normal to me. Like
Yeah.
you have a huge fucking decision to make. What do? You go and you meditate. Instead of what's normalized is I'll go out and fucking party for a few weeks and figure it out.
Like in the
right?
sports world, they just go on like a bender for a couple weeks or something.
Yeah.
They're just out there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Florida. Florida was fucking tight.
yeah, dude. But like darkness retreat, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, like
Well, it's like anything that makes anyone uncomfortable, they naturally like kind of push back on.
yeah,
Right.
for sure. But yeah, for the record, I fucking hate him in the NFL world.
I was
Real-
gonna
real
say
life,
if you ever
he's
met, that's what I was gonna say. If you meet him one day, like, are you one of
Yeah.
the fans that is gonna be like, ugh. No, you're one of those guys like, oh my god, it's fucking Aaron Rodgers. Oh my god, he shook my hand.
No,
You turn into that fucking.
No, I
guy.
wouldn't be that guy. I would
Okay.
be, but I also wouldn't be the guy that would be like, "Hey, I'm a Lions fan," and like you,
And like
fucking-
you're the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I wouldn't be that guy. But at some point, I would let him know, like, "Hey, like, I fucking hate you in NFL land."
Yeah, it's interesting. You know how it makes me feel? Because I would imagine that to feel pretty lonely from his stance. There's a
Super
thing that
fucking
happens
lonely,
where
bro.
you like if one gets better than other people at something and they raise like the bar to like a level of like an Aaron Rodgers or like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, right? These stars that anyone that I know their name because I'm not a sports fan, like
Sure.
they've transcended
the
the
1% of the
sports.
1% of the 1%.
Yeah. But the problem is I imagine that's really hard to relate to others. Even people on your team, they don't have the same work ethic. They don't have the same grind, whatever. Now you're this guy. You're surrounded by like these sports guys, and that's where there's so much like toxic masculinity
God.
in sports. Like, let's be real. These guys are like constantly. I'm seeing reports of like beating their wives, like
A few game
partying,
suspension.
overdose, hit and run, drunk drive.
killed someone.
Fuck. Oh yeah,
Actually killed
fucking
someone.
shootings and blah and all this stuff. And so like that's got to be so lonely, dude. And I say that with like the relation of myself when it comes to like my spiritual side. And this will be a shocker for people that only know me through the podcast, being that we just started. Over time, I think people will figure it out. But I do the reason we named it Comically Conscious was because we wanted it to be comedy, but I wanted to make sure everyone understood that the consciousness was 100% backing it.
Yeah. It's the foundation, really.
I mean, like this episode has been more like conscious talk than comedy.
For sure.
But not only that, like I just want people to know, like when I'm being offensive, you can trust that I'm 100% consciously being offensive. And that sounds, some people, you know, some like people that are just so spiritual, they just like float across the fucking ground. Like those people, they hear that and they're like, oh no, well, you're treating one like you don't treat others and blah, blah, and all this shit. And like, I have no interest in that. I have interest in like living life, having fun, having this human experience that I've been so blessed to be given just to be on this earth, let alone to have the life that I'm living.
1 in 400 trillion, baby.
Right. And so I want to have fun with it, but just know it has this level of consciousness. And that level of consciousness has come, I mean, you just know, even just through our family, but it has alienated me in like a weird way. Now people are kind of coming around to it, but I feel alone. Like I feel alone.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking Aaron Rodgers, bro. Where everyone wants a piece of you, every single buddy wants something, and they want to talk shit, and you're too
in your small circle of life. I
feel alone.
Yeah.
It's like, how does this guy feel when he's like being blasted on these, you know, on these, like you said, on the TV, on the thing, he's this kind of guy. And really he's probably, let's be honest, I know enough about him because we run in the same kind of circle. My friends that are friends with him, the guy's just fucking amazing,
bro.
Super athlete, works harder than everyone, is more kind than everyone, cares. They told me his speeches sometimes after games. I've never seen him, but they're like, have you ever seen him talk after a game? Right. It's not like any other football player, like the way he's talking about like his team or the thing or the stuff. Sure. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, he's also like, when they have interviewed any one of his like close teammates who he has personally said, like, dude, these guys are my great friends, David Bakhtiari, right? Clinton Dix. They've all been like, dude, Aaron is like one of the best humans I know.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, especially in the NFL. So now that we've turned this into just basically a sports podcast, come tune into Comically Conscious, where you can hear your number one sports topics.
Talk about
first.
Only sports all day, every day.
Only sports all day.
All day. Sports.
No, is there anything else going on in the sports world? We haven't, because that's like your thing, dude. You're like a sports fanatic. Dude, you love sports.
Are your boy Jeff Bezos? I'm sure you've heard of him. Jeffy B.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos wants to buy the Washington fucking Commanders. He wants to buy
what is that, a baseball
an NFL team? No, you probably know them.
Hold on. An NFL team.
Yeah, like an
NFL.
Actual football.
Hold on, that's a league.
Yeah.
Okay. The Washington
football. The
Washington.
Football.
What'd you say?
The Commanders, dude.
Bro.
I think you know them as the.
I have never even fucking. I'm so bad at sports. I've never even fucking heard of the Commanders.
Funny, they used to be the Redskins. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. PC, baby. We can't be calling anyone Redskins.
Nah, not the Redskinnies.
So wait.
It's so funny.
Hold on.
Their logo was like just a dark ass Indian. Do you know what I mean? It's like if a team was called like the Blacks and it was just like
it's just
Snoop Dogg on their fucking helmet. You know what I mean? Like, you're like,
just
and
NWA. It's just like Ice Cube.
You're like, I guess.
Dude, what? Okay, hold on. Before I need a tangent because this reminds me, Super Bowl at your house. I'm like, who's playing? You tell me it's the Chiefs. And my reaction to that was, oh, they're allowed to be the Chiefs? I thought like a couple years ago, like the NFL, like all this shit got all...
Right.
So they did that to the Redskins. Okay. Same tribal shit, Redskins, Chiefs, but Chiefs are like, you're the man, you're the chief, you're not just the Redskins. So it's like, but it's a matter of time or no?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
They're probably too good.
It's all, and also the Redskins are like a shithole.
Right.
They're a fucking shitbox, which is why like NFL teams don't just go up for sale. Like there's a fucking reason they're for sale.
Oh, right. And so it's for sale.
Like
what does something like that sell for? Like a shitty NFL team?
Jeff Bezos is trying to buy it for $6 bilski.
$6 billion?
Yeah, dude, $6 bilski. For an NFL team.
Wait, what does an NFL team make a year?
It comes with the players. So like if you want to fucking use them in the off season, it comes with all the players. You fucking bring them to your house.
They'll just clean your house.
Bitch, I bought the fucking team. I bought you.
I mean, for that price, it should come with a house.
A few of the players.
Full of staff. It should be your staff. I don't.
Oh, fuck.
$6 billion. No, because you say it's a shitty team. You're telling me teams make that kind of, like, I don't understand. how long does it take to make back the $6 billion?
You know, a lot of it comes in the form of like, if you imagine TV deals, right? Like every Sunday, CBS, Fox, and whatever channel, ESPN, whatever channel show the games, they're paying the NFL to show those games.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's a multi-billion-dollar revenue situation. Then you add in all like the fucking jerseys,
Merchandising,
and
all that stuff.
it's and all of it is. I don't understand the super kind of finer details of it, but all of it's essentially put into a pot, and then that revenue share gets split between the owners and the players. Right, so the players, that's why each team in the NFL has a salary cap. There's a certain amount of money they can spend on all the guys on their roster,
I do know
which
that.
is determined by the amount of money that the NFL makes, right? So if they make, like in COVID, they fucking cut the cap. So we're not making a lot of money. Like people aren't coming to the games. Obviously, it's fucking COVID. So like they had to cut it by a lot because the revenue wasn't as high.
Whoa. And that's the cap that they're cutting for every single team. The cap
Yeah.
is the amount that can be spent
On your roster per year. Right, so say it's like 150 million, say.
Right. And so some guys you might pay one guy like a fucking third of that.
Yeah, I mean, like Aaron Rodgers, I think he makes like 40 or 50. His contract was like 40 or 50 million dollars per year, literally.
Whoa.
Right?
Okay. So Jeff Bezos, obviously
Yeah.
it's Washington. That's where he's from, which
Yeah,
means
bro.
it's just a power play, right? It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
I own an NFL. I'm the next old rich white man to own an NFL team.
He also like he runs like Washington in general, right? Like he already runs the fucking politician. Now he just wants to run the football team.
Right.
Like he's just, can you imagine? Like, I guess when you have that much money, like you kind of just, the scales are different, right? Like the stakes are different. Like the shit that is fun to you or like this is tough for Jeff Bezos. He's like, what's tough for you is like getting a big client contract with a client, right? Getting a big account. For him, it's like, I want to try and buy this fucking team.
Yeah. He's
Like that's
"Dude,
what's
I can
challenging.
buy-"
Yeah,
you're right.
That's
'cause
a
it's-
challenge. It's a fucking
I'm
challenge.
just thinking like it's just like, oh, we want to list this team. Oh, I'll buy it. Okay, here's the money. Here's the thing. But obviously, it's like people have to agree that you can buy it. The whole NFL probably, right?
Exactly.
Like
It's a
everyone,
big-
it's like
there's
a
a
big
lot of
boys club.
pushback.
Can
Yeah.
I ask something just for being stupid and not understanding sports?
Yeah.
How come no one pushes back? Like I'm sure people do. It's gonna sound so dumb. To me, it looks like modern day slavery. Like it literally, like when I look at it from the outside, the only like differentiating thing I see is the guys who would be the slaves that I'm talking about in the past are now getting paid millions and millions of dollars to like play the game they love. And is that why we all just go like, oh, it's fine? But like when I watch it, anytime I see little clips of like all these guys in the boardroom, bunch of rich old white men, same bullshit as always. Literally what, 80% African American?
Oh yeah, for
Players?
sure. At least.
Okay,
Probably.
85, 90. I'm just guessing. I have no fucking
sure.
idea. I went 8
Also-
out of
yeah.
10. I went 8
For
out of
sure.
10. I'm
Probably
trying
8
to
out
be
of 10.
safe. So let's say 80%. It's like, it looks like the same type of guys that would have owned these guys paying them nothing
Yeah, bro.
are like
Yeah.
figured out a loophole to be like, I'm so rich, I can still do this. Because
Yeah.
the way they even treat them, like there's like trading them. I'm like, they're like, oh, they did a trade. I'm like, from
Like-
someone that doesn't play sports and is so
Oh my
far
God.
outside of sports, when I hear
so
they
fucking
did a
funny.
trade and it shows these two fucking white men or a group of
Yeah,
white
yeah.
people over a team, like these old white men, and then it's showing like they're trading this guy and this guy, a couple like African American
They're
gentlemen.
trading DeMar and LeBron in the NBA, right?
I'm like,
and you're like, your family moves to this city. Your family moves here.
That's what I was gonna
You.
say. It literally determines their life, but it's like you go like, oh, shut the fuck up. They make $20 million.
Yeah,
They'll fucking do what they're told. Like
It's so funny,
it's
bro.
so wild.
But if you have any fucking perspective on anything, even as someone like us who obviously doesn't fucking make that money, I can see that and go like, yeah, that seems like fucking a little bit of horse shit.
yeah, even
But
with the
also,
money.
I'm like, fuck them. I make fucking $20 million.
Yeah, dude, I'll move.
You can get a fucking apartment. You're gonna fucking
Where
cheat.
do you
You're
want
gonna
me- you
cheat on
said-
your wife anyways. You're gonna cheat on your wife. You're gonna fucking probably fuck someone that's as old as your daughter. Like you're gonna have 18-year-old daughter. Like these guys are fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like they fucking.
It doesn't
manic
matter. They're
cheaters,
gonna do
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, whatever. Did you make 40 or 50 million a year? You're right. Where do you want me to move, old rich white man?
Yeah.
Tell me right now. And
I'll
matter of
pack my
fact,
shit and go.
Matter of fact, like
Oh,
the joke earlier,
yeah.
I'm at your house. Like I'm there. I'm cooking for your kids. Like I'll take care of your kids. I'm your nanny on the off season,
That's
baby.
it,
You know
dude.
what I'm saying?
You want me to move to fucking Minnesota? Some shit fucking town in Minnesota where it fucking snows 8 months out of the year? Yeah. Send me, baby. Send me there.
Do you know who Michael Rubin is? Because he's sports related. And I have a topic.
No.
Michael Rubin is the guy who owns Fanatics.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm wearing
Fanatics.
a fucking. I'm pretty.
I was
sure
gonna
it's a
say.
Fanatics
I was
hat, yeah.
literally gonna say your hat. From what I've learned,
What a douche I
your
am.
hat is probably Fanatics. So for those that don't know, Fanatics is basically I think they're mainly like sports memorabilia brand, and it started as just like getting all the licenses and the rights to NFL and all these sports things, right? And so they're putting out jersey and all that. So Michael Rubin, I don't know, the guy's probably a billionaire. You can fact check that if you want. He's at least hundreds and hundreds of millionaires. But I believe when he was like
fuck tons of money.
22 or 23, he sold a company for like over $1 billion, right? And he's
Holy
like
fucking
probably
Christ.
50 now,
What
to
a
give
G,
you an
dude.
idea. So he made a statement. Actually, like on another podcast I was listening to, he made a statement that he talks to all his rich friends and he's so surprised to hear like he has billionaire friends. And when he asked them like, hey, would you give back, you know, all this money for another 20 years at life? He said it surprises him that most people look at him like he's crazy. Even if they're like 70 or 80, they look at him and he's like, dude, from my perspective, yeah, he made this statement. He said he would give it all back, every dollar he's ever made, to get 10 years back.
Hold up, say that again. So he
So he
say
would
that
give
one
up
more time.
everything. Just pretend here's the question.
Okay.
You're worth $2 billion.
Yeah.
You're 50 years old. Would you give all of it back to
I have
be
a whole.
40?
First of all, if I'm that, I have a whole secret family in fucking
Guatemala.
No, not Guatemala. Well, I have one in Guatemala, but my second one, you got to have an Oriental family, boy. If you're a true fucking rich,
Thailand?
if you're not Thailand, Bangladesh. I want those dirty fucking. I want the dirty ones, boy. I want the dark ones. I want the dirty ones, boy. I want that dirty fucking. That's like my third family, bro. If I'm 55. I got two B's to my name. I got a family in Guatemala that most people probably know about who know me. They're like, he's fucking family in Guatemala, dude. And then he's got, but the second one,
This
in
one they don't
Bangladesh,
even know
Yeah, there's only like
about.
2 or 3 people that probably know about.
Yeah.
that.
How often do you visit?
Once a year.
You just send clothes and shit, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that
I'll
kinda
send
thing?
like Kodak photos of me. Like
Oh,
they're not gonna
like
get
printed
digital
photo-
photos.
yeah.
I'll send like printed
I
photos.
mean, what would
of
they
me.
play? I don't even think they have computers there.
No. They have
In
no
Asia?
fucking, no, they have no
Asia
internet.
has no internet. Isn't
don't-
that true? All of Asia.
Yeah, dude. It's the Iron Curtain, right? They haven't had internet since the Soviet Union.
I believe that to be true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Since
that
the
sounds right.
USSR left.
Yeah. Then they haven't had internet since USSR.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So
fucking-
you probably wouldn't give it back because you have fucking people to support, dude. That question does not. I got the answer. Yeah, no, I need the money because I have lots of children all over the world. I have a world slew. No,
Well,
but really, in all
yeah.
actuality, would you give up $2 billion, get nothing to start over at 40 instead of 50?
I would say in today's world, yes. Because if you had the knowledge to get $2 billion by the time you're 40 or 50, then you get 10 years back. Like the knowledge works in like a snowball.
Just for the sake of this,
exponential way.
can we just play like you don't get to keep your network?
Okay, but you still get to keep your
Just
brain,
kidding.
right? But
we'll
your brain.
we'll keep our brain.
Yeah. But like not
Can we
the
do
network.
this? You can't keep
That's
your
fair.
network, and your brain goes back to where it was at that time. So you don't get to keep those 40 to 50 year to 50 year knowledge.
Okay.
You're gonna start back over with 40-year knowledge, and you don't have the network because obviously it's a fucking cop out to be like, well, yeah, if he goes back 40 years, he calls Jeff Bezos, he calls like all these high up guys and goes, hey, I'm doing it again.
That's easy.
So, but you do have the brain. You have the same brain. You're
Yeah.
smart. He's obviously smart.
I mean, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's more about like even if I don't get to 2 billion, if you get to 400,000, 500,000, like you still have 10 more years with your family. You still have 10 more years with everyone you know. So for me, the time is much like you tell me 10 years and like obviously in seeing that question, there isn't a number I'd put on it. Like for me, time is no money.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, JC.
What?
That's literally where I started. Like when I was having a conversation about this, I started.
Oh, really? That's like what you thought?
I went, oh, for sure, I don't care. And then I said, plus, if I'm the kind of guy that has that kind of knowledge, even if I come up way short and I only make $20 million, it doesn't matter. That's still plenty to have like the ball and ass life. So it doesn't matter, right? Like even if I'm a guy who wanted the ball and ass life, if he's a guy that wants that, you still get it. However, I got a plot twist here for you because
Twist me up, daddy.
because I'm 36 right now. I'm 36 right now. So I'm going 36 to 46, right? I went backwards. Would I take 2 billion to lose 10 years? And the answer is an astounding, fuck yes, take the time. I love you kids. I'll see you when you're 19. Like literally, and this is my logic. It sounded at first, because I'm someone
That's
that
funny.
naturally, like, I would much rather be like, the time means everything. And I understand time is everything. And I understand if you got $1 billion, but you have cancer, you don't have shit, right? Because it's just time. However, in this case, just from the fact of not being selfish, this is how I get to yes. Because I go, okay, if I could just give up 10 years of my life and then have $2 billion, which is just resource. Money to me is just resource. It doesn't fucking mean anything. It's like a tool, right? So I have $2 billion of a tool that I can spend. The very first thing I think that's like the obvious, like low hanging fruit is like my family. Everyone in my family never has to work again.
Yeah.
And now their whole lives are free to connect and be with their children and do everything like that. And then I have $1.9 billion still. Are you feeling this? Like, is that not true? It's like, if you didn't do it, you're a piece of shit. If you didn't give up your 10 years to get $2 billion, because again, child cancer, whatever the fucking thing is, you can move the needle.
Think of it this way,
bro.
too.
You want the fucking Washington Red Commanders? They're
those
yours,
fucking
baby.
Darkies? Get the darkies.
Yeah. Matter of fact, with that much money, you might be able to name them the Redskins if that's the kind of thing you're into. We're not into that here, but maybe you are.
Nah, I fucking love it. I want to buy some Redskins gear and wear it on the show, just to show everyone where I fucking stand.
Redskins. So fucked up.
No,
dude.
you know what's funny in saying that though is also like, if I were to say, hey, you're gonna build a business tomorrow that's gonna take you 10 years and it's gonna make you $2 billion, you're pretty much losing 10 years anyways, right?
Right. So
like,
anyone that's getting there with that 10 billion is going to sacrifice at least that much time.
Exactly, bro. And like, even if you are, well, I get to see my kids during that time. Well, like, you sort of do, but also like, maybe also if you had to work during that time and you didn't just snap and come true, like you might have spiraled downward during that work time. Like, it's not easy for someone to handle like working the 15 hours a day or whatever it is and like achieving something like it,
yeah, for sure. You're not, we talked about it before on this podcast, but it's like, you're not going to get there unless you're the kind of person that's going to lose at least 10 years. And you're going to lose a lot more if you're making billions. It's like, if you look at someone like Jeff Bezos right now, trust me, that guy has burnt 10 years of his life to get there, right?
Easy.
And yeah, I guess if you do something good with it, even if your kids and family suffer directly, it could still net a like universal positive. So it's very strange. I don't know. I'm glad that you went the same way. I feel like I flipped you though.
No,
I flipped you.
You flipped me to what? You flipped me to what?
You don't agree? You would. So you would just keep the 2 billion and not go back 10 years, right?
No, I would go back 10 years.
Fuck. Okay.
You fucking read it all wrong, mofo.
I just thought that made sense because you can move the needle and your whole family's free and all that stuff.
No, I get it, but I still like I'm playing devil's advocate, but I'm still sticking with my original answer. Like you didn't flip me. And the other episode you were talking about like switching to get fucked. Like when you say you flip me, I'm like, dude, I gotta be aware kind of where.
Yeah, you got to put a wall there for the audience.
Yeah,
because when I'm like, I flipped you, baby, that could mean so many things. They mean like, we talk about so many things.
Like, dude, are you hitting it from the back?
If I was gonna hit it, I'd hit it from the back. Just for the record.
I do have that fat fucking dump
you got
truck
that
in my
donk,
back, dude.
that donk, baby, donk.
Anyone who's ever hit me from the back can attest that it's a great experience. Bro. Great experience.
Well, now what? What do you want to talk about? Oh man, I feel like we're on a fucking sports thing, dude. I just want to keep grinding sports.
Hit it, dude. Yeah, dude, I like when worlds collide. You just dive into sports.
Okay, pay. Make a lot of money.
Dana White makes a lot of money.
UFC doesn't make a lot of money. That's the thing right now, right? Fighter pay. Fighter pay. How do you feel about fighter pay? I hear fighter pay is not fair.
I mean, as someone who is. So UFC is kind of like a little bit out of my like sports world scope. I'm more of like traditional sports guy, but I live on ESPN, so I know enough about it.
That's so
like to not maybe sound like a dumbass, or maybe I do sound like a fucking dumbass, and I don't care.
I don't know enough. But we'll fucking say what say. I was gonna say I don't know shit, but I'm gonna pretend like I know everything and say it all factually.
Yeah, exactly. That's normally what works. So yeah, basically in a lot of sports, in most traditional sports, NFL, NBA, NHL, they have a union of the players' union, right? So that's like why when they go on strike, it's because the union and the owners didn't agree on what the pay structure was. UFC does not have a union. As you know, as someone who kind of works in that field, like if there's a union, the dude who's running the union, that dude's making money.
Yeah, for sure. Well, essentially, Dana White is the fucking union. Because the I mean, he's not fighting for them. My point is, like, it's really hard to build a union if someone already controls all the talent. And UFC is fucking light years away from. I don't know if you watch One Championships, because they're actually like coming up, dude. They're doing like grappling matches. They're doing.
I don't know that,
dude. They're like signing even grapplers. They'll do like MMA fights, and they'll do a grappling fight in the cage,
like a Gordon Ryan
jiu-jitsu. Like yeah.
Oh, shit.
The Ruotolo brothers are actually signed with them. They've been fucking crushing it on there.
that.
I gotta send you some of the fights. They're so good.
That's
like
fucking
Cade
dope,
like
dude.
jumps off the fucking cage.
Like
at
WWE
one point.
shit?
No, he just like runs up and jumps off it and like tackle. It's fucking wild, dude.
Damn, bro. That's
But my point is
Spider-Man
UFC
shit.
controls all of the good fighters. So how do you start a union when all of the
fighter,
quality is already contracted? Because the idea of a union, for people that don't know, like even a construction union is like, the union gives qualified good help to the contractors and the businesses. So the idea is the union would say UFC is looking for a good fighter. We have these fighters. This guy's really good. He costs $2 million. He costs XYZ. And you have to pay it because we have all 10 of them and they're all $2 million. Which one do you want? It's kind of that. But right now, Dana White controls everything. There's also the argument that I think could be valid is the UFC also, it might not pay a lot, but it gives you a fucking mega platform, does it not?
Sure.
That you can capitalize off of. Like, I'd be able to capitalize off of it if you gave me.
It just depends though, like, because you have to think about the type of talent. Because if you're like a Conor McGregor, O'Malley type, like they're the top dogs, right? Yeah, like that platform. He doesn't ever need to look at a UFC ring again. He's set for life. And so, and a bunch of other guys, same thing, right? But like, those are the 1% of the 1%. You have to think about all the other fighters who fight 3 matches and we never hear their name again, right? Like,
100%. Or, dude, now that you're saying it, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I want to play devil's advocate, but a lot of these guys are not made out to pave their own way. They've been literally fucking, half of them are like living on the streets in some gang for like the first 10 years of their childhood. And then they find fighting and they're just fucking going through like, and arrest after arrest after arrest, and then I'm expecting them to show up and like be able to build a brand. It's like they just fight. They've been punched in the head for 20 fucking years, and I want them to show up and have a good intellectual conversation or know how to like
happen, bro.
Yeah,
That's not
persuade
what
the
fighters
masses.
are.
So yeah, it's kind of bullshit. Then fighter pay is bullshit.
Yeah, kind of getting fucked. I mean, Dana's making a decent living, I believe.
Oh my god, dude! I put this together the other day. So Dana White, I thought I saw a report, this is headline news, so it's completely factual, that he bought like the biggest slap fighting championships, or he's running
bro.
He might be running a TV show like The Ultimate Fighter, but for slap fighting championships, or maybe he bought the rights to it or something. My point is, and I'm sure there's got to be reports on this, but I just thought of this the other day.
No, you're the first person that's ever thought of it.
This is an original thought.
Yeah.
Bro, he bought the slapping championships.
Slap fighting. And on New Year's, he slapped the shit out of his wife, bro. And now okay, this is a joke, but it might not be calculated. 100% calculated marketing, right? Dude,
that's a marketing play.
That's virality at its finest.
How could you accidentally slap the shit out of your wife like within the same month you're like buying a slapping championship? I don't know, man.
This is what the media is not talking about, dude. That's like in all seriousness, that's an epic fucking virality play, bro. Can you?
I mean, even subconsciously, it has like a thing that rings. As soon as I heard it, I was like, wait, what the hell? Dude, also, no one gave a shit. How does the guy that literally is in charge of fighting, like people that's like even if you don't know him, you probably if you don't know him, you probably just think he's like toxic masculinity, just like meathead, even looks all bro.
Yeah.
And like the guy literally is what?
Just boom, dude.
And then he just gets away with it.
No one said shit.
Just gets away with it. He does like an interview the next day. I like seen it on the news. He's like, yeah, I was intoxicated. Hey, that's no excuse. I was drunk.
You know what? Now that you're saying that, we did get an inside report that he actually got ahead of it. So remember that person we talked to?
Oh my God.
The person we talked to?
Dude, when I put this
yeah.
whole thing together, buying the slap fighting and that, I forgot that we actually
Same, just until right now, bro. Just until you fucking... Yeah, dude. So he does the incident. He fucking knocks her upside the head, which, by the way, she looks like she fucking a little bit deserved it.
Hey, we could talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and table that, and we'll come right back.
So he slaps her. The video comes out. TMZ calls Dana. Hey, Dana, we got this video of you fucking...
Yeah, see that when you're the fucking godfather, bro. That's what happens.
TMZ calls you. They're like, hey, by the way, we got this shit. He's like, yeah, let me buy that from you. I'll get ahead of it and I'll kind of plan how to release everything. And so he was able to... Just shows you like power always gets you... I don't want to say farther than money, but like if you want something material, power will always get it to you quicker than money, right?
Yeah,
Did it not seem that way?
100%. Yeah, because it's
Like
not
money didn't
just
get TMZ.
That's what I was gonna say.
They
Like,
call him because he's a fucking billionaire. They
Yeah.
call him because he's fucking Dana White.
100% because he
Right.
has power. He's controlling the fighters, and if we want the interviews, and if the things, and we want the behind the scenes. Oh, and trust me, Dana White. Every time TMZ shows up at the UFC, they go in
he
his
sets 'em
suite.
up, bro.
They're eating all the good food, the caviar, the whatever the fuck.
Grease
because
those wheels, dog. That's how the world's work.
this happens, he gets a call. And so, yeah, I don't know. The fact he got away with it is crazy. The fact he got away with it and purchased some form of slap fighting is like
God,
baffling
he's a
because some
fucking
people can't do
marketing
shit.
Genius.
Like
Dana
some people
White,
can't look in the wrong direction without getting canceled. And this guy can literally slap his wife on camera and then buy a slap fighting tournament. And
everyone's like...
And then literally, bro, his excuse was, I'm a Dana White fan too, so just saying, but like his excuse was, I was drunk, we were intoxicated, we were drinking, but that's no excuse, but it's the truth. I'm like, who's ever got to lean on alcohol for domestic abuse? And the TMZ
both
guy,
drunk.
TMZ guy's like, yeah, I understand, understandable. You're like, what? Are you sure? Yeah, so
damn,
pulling it off the table now, set it on the table, pull it off. What do you think the rules are on hitting a woman?
We talking open or closed?
We're open. Start with open and then closed.
So starting with open as say anything that like anything verbally that crosses your line, you can open. You can hit them with an open.
Yeah. Because they need to learn.
I can't even fucking say it with a straight face, dude.
Dude, you fucking dropped the ball on that. That's probably the first time on our entire podcast
I've laughed in the middle of
that one of us broke during
something ridiculous like
a
that.
stupid, sarcastic, obvious thing that people would probably get pissed off for.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just take it from the top. Okay, ready?
Hit it.
Action. Fuck.
This is actually like a little bit throwing us off now because we joked about it, but now we don't know where we're going.
Action. Okay, and action.
Boom.
Hey, if there's rules on hitting women, what are they to you? If a woman like open-handed,
Open-handed, you got to go. Are we talking one or two hands?
we're talking one hand. One hand.
One hand.
What are the rules?
I don't fucking know. Do you actually have rules like
I have rules. I have real
Shut the
rules.
fuck
Dude, I swear to God, these are real rules. It's funny because if they are real, now you don't believe they're real. So now you have no idea. That's the thing about this podcast. What is fucking real, dude? I don't even know. Half the time, I have no idea if it's real or not. But this is...
That was fucking real.
With that being said, this is completely fucking real. My rules are like, this is what I tell these bitches, all right? I'm saying, listen here, bitch.
Lay down the ground rules for these fucking little dirty
this is what I
hoes.
literally say. Now, I've never acted on it, but I fucking would. So don't you fucking
He
test
would.
me.
Oh, he'd hit a woman.
I would fucking hit a woman.
God, you would strike a woman.
I would strike a woman. Basically, my rules are always like, you get one.
The female gets one.
She gets one. Listen, here's the logic. Don't you fucking shake your head at me. Here's the logic. We can get heated. We could get in a heated battle. We're yelling. We're arguing. This doesn't actually happen in my life, so this feels very irrelevant. We're yelling. We're arguing. Hey, no, fuck you! You need to take out the trash. Shut the fuck up. It's been like that. But yeah, you're her and I'm me, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm just like this. God, what do you want now?
And I'm like, you know what? The fucking trash smells, and so do you. Can you fucking take it out like one time?
I don't know why you have to get so fucking personal all the time.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you shut the fuck up. Okay, listen, bitch. Listen, bitch. You looking at me? Look at me. Look at me. Look into my fucking eyes.
I am. Okay.
You get one.
Okay.
And you just got one.
Okay.
If you take another one, that means you want the smoke, okay? You're asking for these hands. Do you see these hands?
You're right, Daddy.
Okay.
Can you open your hands for me, Daddy? Close them, Daddy.
Open them, close them, right hand in, right hand out, shake it all about. No, but you get one because if you do more than one, I have to assume you're trying to fucking fight me.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Oh my God, dude, should I have different rules since I'm such a frail man? Since I'm so
you're,
like skinny and weak.
You're a vlac. You know what I mean?
What if she weighs more than me? Like what if the chick I'm with weighs more than me? Should she even get one?
What if she's got some meat on her bones? I'm not talking like fat, obese. I'm talking like a little bit athletic, and she can like she can actually throw a punch.
Think of like a John Jones type woman.
Yeah. Like if you're
all hopped up on cocaine.
Oh, dude, if you're pounding out like you're fucking John Jones, but he has a vagina. And so you're at dinner with John Jones, and he like under the table gives you one of these in a skirt, and you look up and it's John Jones's vagina. I'm picturing John Jones, dude, beard and all, dude. You're at dinner, like at a nice restaurant, something nice, and John Jones just spreads them out, and you're like, "Oh shit, what's up, baby?" And underneath, it's just his pussy lips.
So I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I see that. And he's like, or she's like, you want to come home?
and you end up going home.
Yeah, and then we get in some kind of stupid argument. You know it's stupid, and you know he started it because he's the woman in this,
and he's on cocaine.
So he's a woman and he's on cocaine.
Yeah.
If there's anything worse than a fucking woman, it's a woman on cocaine. True?
Gross.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Disgusting. Yeah, so then we get home, and my point is like, if she's bigger than me, which isn't that hard, I don't weigh that much. So like, as soon as you weigh more than me, you don't get one. That's my new rule, actually. I just came up with that.
Don't get one. Like if you think it's happening, you're swinging first, actually.
Yeah. If I instead of a flinch, I'm swinging. It's that
like Cobra Kai
kind of
Jiu-Jitsu, like strike first, strike hard. If you see that bitch coming in, like if she says shut the fuck up more than once,
then she probably wants these hands.
Yeah, you're just straight. You're going in, dude. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So those are your rules, and as far as my rules for hitting women, I would just I'd probably go by your guidelines. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like those are fair.
We should all adopt those guidelines.
They're fair.
They get one. That's what domestic violence should be. They should show up and they should be like, you hit, like he attacked you, and she's like, yeah, he attacked me, and then you look, you go, did you give her one? Did you get one? And she's like, yeah, I got one. And
he's got like a little scratch right here. He's like, yeah, she got one. The cops are like, hey,
all right,
our work is done here.
Our work is done here. Sign right here, and we're gonna get out of here.
Like instead of me too, it's they only get one. Right?
Yeah. Hashtag they only get one.
They only get one, dude.
Speaking of hitting bitches, can you talk to your wife, please?
In what capacity?
Look at this shit. She needs to cut my hair, and I've been talking to her.
Oh,
and this is what I'm dealing with.
Rough, dog.
Like, imagine trying to shoot a pod like this.
I might just have her fucking leave your shit like that. So you look like a fucking peacock for the next fucking few weeks.
Dude, I have fucking red mark on my head.
You have the hat thing.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Shit.
Put the fucking hat back
My
on.
bad. Putting the hat back on. I just realized I probably...
It's tough to watch,
dude,
bro.
I probably shouldn't joke about you hitting your wife for two reasons. One, that's my little sister. So fuck you.
I'll do what the fuck
for
I want.
even thinking about doing that to her.
I'll do what the fuck I want.
And second of all,
she calls me brother
you
now.
have
Wait, what?
literally hit my grandma multiple fucking times. Like, you are a certified grandma beater. No? Is this not fucking true?
I mean, yeah.
If I remember a couple years ago, the one time you elbowed her right in the fucking chest. She was like,
it wasn't an elbow. It was a fucking forearm shiver.
God damn it, dude.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
if there were like the instant replay available in real life, she would agree she deserved it.
Wow, you really think that way?
Yeah.
You're a real piece of shit. You know that?
Yeah. No, No, I actually did hit her though. Like, people don't know if we're joking or kidding. Like,
you either hit her twice or you hit her and someone else. There's like there's two things in my head.
I do have a history of striking elderly women in my family.
Let's talk about the time you striked my poor sweet grandma.
So we were on the couch having like a little family conversation. I forget about what at your house. She was sitting on my right because that's my good arm. I'm right-handed. I get up before her. She's a little bit older than me, so she's a little bit slower. She gets up behind me, and as we're getting up, I just fucking am not thinking, and I go to do like this stretch move right. I don't know if anyone else does this, but you like to stretch your back, like you do that.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's what you did. Oh my god.
But I was like, I went like my arms were straight, so I wasn't like bent arms, chicken wings. I was like arms straight out like a T, like if I was a T.
Yeah.
And I went, I swung these bad boys all the way back. And I connected like mid.
Bro, what was the sound? What was the sound she made? And then her sound? That's what it sounded like. I killed grandma. That was like your thought for sure.
I struck her so clean on her sternum. so clean directly on her sternum, dude. And I immediately like went white. Like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought I could have like crushed one of her bones.
Bro, you could have broke her fucking hip.
Easy.
Could have hit her in the chest and broke her hip.
Dude, if I was 6 inches above, I'm catching her chin, dude.
Fucking grandma's out,
Boom, dude. And
she's asleep. Dude, imagine they have to like wire her jaw shut.
Kanye style.
And then you have to fucking. Oh, speaking of Kanye, did you want to use that to take us back out?
Oh, let's go, dude.
Oh, hey, Joel, since you've done absolutely nothing, can you please?
Joel, you whore.
Hit us back. Oh!
I legit do fucking love this beat, though.
This beat is tight to happy vibes. Yeah, thanks for coming. Yo, my grandma, you should have seen her.
Had her
JC's her grandma beat her.
Had her on the floor, though she's not a whore. She's a good old lady, but she wanted more. So
No, she didn't.
All right, everyone. Dude, thanks for coming. We'll see you next week. Every Wednesday, 5 a.m., bitches. Join the tribe. Subscribe. We'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.